Hello, 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 hello. This is how I wait and make sure that everything's going all right. Hello, and welcome to a fun episode of Hearthstone. This only gets to happen 3 times a year, but we generally celebrate the new Hearthstone expansions that come out. And today, as you can see on the screen, we've got Madness at the Dark Foon Fair, a carnival-themed Hearthstone expansion. We're excited to bring that to you, but first let's go around the table, or rather the virtual Discord chat, and introduce ourselves. I'm Eric Kirsting. I'm a PhD student at UW-Milwaukee, and I like to play video games.
I am Janelle Malagon. I'm a PhD student at UW-Milwaukee, and I too like to play video games. I like this one quite a bit.
I am Kelly Breivik, PhD candidate at UWM, and I too like to play video games.
I'm David Kutchik. I'm also a PhD student, and I like playing games, but I've never played Hearthstone, so...
And that's okay.
I was you a year ago.
Same.
So...
And then I started playing them in seminars.
Oh god, you're right.
Hello?
So as we start our arena streams with, we do acknowledge that in Milwaukee, we live and work on traditional Potawatomi, Ho-Chunk, Menominee homelands along the southwest shores of the Michigami, part of North America's largest system of freshwater lakes, where the Milwaukee, Menominee, and Kinnickinnick rivers meet, and the people of Wisconsin's sovereign Anishinaabe, Ho-Chunk, Menominee, Oneida, and Mohican nations remain present. But yeah, so the expansion just dropped. So like I'm live on the expansion page. So one thing to note is like before the expansion drops, you have to like exit out and keep entering back in, hoping that the expansion is dropped and the cards are available and everything. So Madness at the Dark Foon Fair now available. We click heroic mode unlocked. New unlockable hero powers, new unlockable signatures, new additional. I think this is for the new duels. Yeah, sweet.
Oh, cool. And
so we've already got 3 packs that I've earned through the new rewards track, which we'll start talking about as I'm opening the packs. But let's go ahead and buy as many packs as we can with our gold. Hearthstone's resident currency.
I think nothing will top that one stream where you got like 3 golden legendaries or something.
All right, so I bought 50 packs there. And now I'm going to put in another 17. So one thing to note is if you've been a fan of the stream for a while, you'll note that I actually have a lot less gold than normal. That is not necessarily... It is Blizzard's fault, I suppose, in one way or another. But it's not Blizzard's fault in the sense that they're giving out less gold or something. I played a little bit less, but more importantly... Normally, the expansion comes out in the middle of December, not the middle of November. So I just have less resources that I've stockpiled. But we still have 70 packs to open today. Speaking of those, we need to get our Hearthstone deck tracker up because that will help us track what we're opening. Because if you haven't been around for a while, David, for instance, I have a program which tracks every pack I open. And so we're getting that ready, and that should work just fine. I'm gonna go to, how do I get to the options? I'm just gonna double check the settings. Yeah, I think everything is good to go. All right. And so here we are. Let's see. Oh shoot, if chat's popping off, I'm not paying attention. All right, so chat is not popping off.
I am, don't worry.
All right, can you guys see everything on my side as well?
Yep, including the deck tracker. The arena logo's covering it just a little bit, but not so much.
All right, yeah.
Make legendary more of a mystery, which is kind of nice.
Yeah. All right. So this is a carnival themed expansion. I'm gonna go ahead and wait. No, I have to get the tea in just a second. All right. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna turn up the Hearthstone music. I'm trying to use game music more. Because that way our videos don't get copyright flagged. All right, as you can see in the bottom left, my pals are all opening up their legendaries. The game notifies me. And so yeah, I'm excited for the expansion. And so are you guys opening packs today, Janelle and Kelly? I'm just curious.
I am not probably.
All right.
Currently doing a casual match because I haven't played Hearthstone literally since our last stream.
That makes sense. That's okay. All right. First pack. All right. First pack is a rare and 4 commons. The standard Hearthstone Clown Fiesta. All right. So, but we can talk about some of the new cards. I like that my image just barely doesn't cut off. So, we do have one of the new keywords. So I'm gonna explain that new keyword, because as with every expansion of Hearthstone, there's like a new, right? They put new stuff in the expansion, right? And so the new keyword for this expansion is corrupt. And what that means is that after you play a card that costs more than the corruptible card, that card gets corrupted, and then it gains additional effects or stuff along that nature. So the strong man here is obviously a character from the carnival, right? The guy who can lift up, you know, all sorts of things, but also he's a 7 mana 6/6 with taunt. But if you play an 8 cost, 9 cost, or 10 cost card, he becomes 0 cost, which is really good. A 0 mana 6/6 with taunt, that's really good. The only problem is you can't play that 0 mana 6/6 on like turn 3, right? You got to wait until you've got to play something bigger than him. So the corrupt mechanic kind of rewards the player for keeping cards in their hand and playing expensive cards first to activate the cheaper cards.
That is super interesting. Overall, as someone that has played this game a lot, how do you feel about all of the new things that they're adding? So like, combo was already a thing long before I started, but things like combo and spell burst and this corrupt now. Oh, and out. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, Outcast is a new one that's like specific to Demon Hunter, just like how combo is specific to a rogue. So I think it's good. I think it's really healthy for the game. You want new keywords. You want the game to feel fresh, right?
Yeah,
and
I feel this corrupt it's super powerful though. Looking at these, like.
Yeah, are you looking at my screen, or are you looking at like the corrupt on the Play Hearthstone website?
No, I'm looking at yours right now. Like just the 2 corrupt ones. Like just get like a free 7 mana card just by waiting till turn 8, or play a 6 mana card and get an 8/8
with rush too. That can attack right away. Yeah. So they do seem really good upon initial. Now there's a couple of things to note. I agree with you that, but to taper your expectations a little, the first thing to note with corrupt cards is that they have to be played quote unquote off curve, right? So like this card is 5 mana, but really you can't play it till till turn 7, right? Because you have to have played something bigger. And 2 is that it has to be in your hand to be corrupted, right? So if you play a 6 mana card and then draw this the next turn, it's not corrupted. And but I agree. They really are. They're pushing this pretty good. I think the strongman, the one we just opened, is really, really good. Like that one, I think we'll see some play. If you're running cards that cost that much, you're gonna be really happy to put that in your deck. All right.
So we got Tasha's out too.
One thing I'll say is like, there's a lot of criticism we're probably gonna hand over to Blizzard today, but I want to give them credit where credit is due. The flavor for this expansion is really on point. Like bumper car, right? Like 2 mana 1/3 rush, death rattle, add 2 1/1 riders with rush, right? Like the bumper car slams into something, the patrons in the bumper car fall out, they get added to your hand, you can play them again to rush them in. Or the 2 mana 3/2 up in the top right, which I think is gonna be one of the best cards of the expansion, Confection Cyclone. It's this giant, like, it's like this elemental, but it's not an elemental made of like rocks like the Rock Rager here. It's an elemental made of candy. I think that's like, right, that's great. That's great, this, things. And the idea is like, right, that when you play him, you get these sugar elementals, right? Those little guys. And the little guys make sense. They're like, I don't know. I love the flavor. And we're going to see lots more flavor as we keep going. All right, we got our first epic here. All right, we got the Ring Matron in Demony. All right, and we got, so we got one of the weirdest cards from this expansion, a 10 mana 1/1. Do you guys think that's good? No.
10 mana 1/1. I'm trying to read the text.
It says it's rush and poisonous, so it can attack right away and it kills whatever it hits, and then also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. It's a reference to Monty Python and the Holy Grail, the rabbit. If you've seen,
God, I love that.
Have you seen it?
I hope they make like a Tim the Enchanter card, honestly.
But a 10 mana 1/1 is a pretty hilarious stat line. We have again, like the theme though, it keeps going, right? Like the fortune teller here, right? Like classic carnival thing, the circus amalgam, right? Like you imagine going, it's kind of, we were actually talking about this a little bit last night in class. It's got kind of like the carnival-esque freak show kind of vibe. Is like really informing a lot of this one. All right, first legendary. All right. Double. Ah, ha, ha. Screw you, Daniel.
Oh God.
All right. So,
Amazing.
Daniel, get in chat. Someone at him on Twitter.
Holy shit.
Hold on. I need to go talk to my wife for just a second. But we got Deck of Chaos and Tickets, both of the Warlock ones. I think the game's trying to send me a message here. I'll get to those in just a second, but let me go talk to my wife.
It's so funny. I love that this game like notifies you when other people are opening packs.
Yeah.
It's a weird and interesting way to celebrate together, because like, for example, Eric has like a bunch of people in his friends, right? So like, arguably just a bunch of people that just like are opening packs together, and I really like that it's like this person opened a legendary, and it like implies that you could just send them a quick message and be like, hey man, congrats on that sweet card. I just think that's really nice.
Yeah,
simple social play.
I love it.
That reminds me, one of my friends like sent me a screenshot of his Steam when like I was going through Hades and he could see I was like going through Elysium.
I saw you beat Hades last night.
I did. I've beaten it 3 times, which is fun because I never thought I'd get there. But that's kind of cool too, right? It changes a little bit how like you it changes the social aspect of it a little bit, which I think is cool.
Yeah, it is a nice thing. I've definitely messaged people, usually more in the off season. Like right now, it's flying by so fast. But if I'm just playing a game and I see one of my friends open a legendary, I'll send them a quick message like, "Hey, congrats on the legendary" and stuff. And it's always funny too because I usually open up packs with my best friend Aiden, and he might join us on stream when he gets back off of work. But I can always see what legendaries he's opening as we're like talking out loud, and I'm like, oh, you got that, you know. So that's always nice too. But okay, we got 2 legendaries. Let's talk about these. Like you can see, like this is, if you want to talk about corrupt mechanics, Kelly. Ticketus is 6 mana 8/8, which is already kind of good. Battle card, remove the top 5 cards from your deck. Ew. Corrupt your opponent's deck instead.
That's just gnarly. Like that's a good way to get someone into overdraw.
Yeah, and I mean, if they're like a combo deck or they're looking for a specific thing, you don't have that one anymore.
So straight up, when it says that the deck is dead, does that mean that you just immediately exhaust all cards?
No, it corrupt. Sorry. The corrupt isn't corrupting your opponent's cards. It's removing the top 5 cards from their deck. Sorry, maybe I didn't make that clear.
Oh, I misread. No, I misread. I read your opponent's deck dies instead. I'm like, that's like super dramatic, and I'm not sure what it means.
But to make the corrupt cards even better, Kelly, you'll really like this. I'm just gonna start selling Kelly on corrupt because she was excited by it. The corrupt mechanic. There's a new, they brought back the 4 old gods who were from the Whispers of the Old Gods expansion, but also are big in WoW like lore. And one of the 4 old gods is Yasharaj, and Yasharaj gives you back every corrupt card you played, and they cost 0 that turn. So you could get back your 8 mana, your 6 mana 8/8 Ticketus. He costs 0. He's already corrupted, and you can play him again. So you could mill 10 cards off the top of your opponent's deck with Ticketus. Woo! That's a lot of cards. And we got Deck of Chaos here. Swap the cost and attack of all minions in your deck. Now that's a challenge, right? Like you got to figure out how can I put these low cost, high value minions like in my deck, right? And then I can play Deck of Chaos, and then they all become really easy to play. It's kind of an exciting little puzzle for the player, as well as of course person running a carnival, you know. But we're going really slow through this, so maybe we'll go a little bit faster. All right, here we got, you know, good stuff. We'll go until we hit maybe our next epic or legendary, and we'll look at that pack. I've been pretty lucky the past couple expansions, and I'm opening less than I have in the past couple, so I kind of expect that we got a golden common. That's good. So I'm kind of expecting that it won't go as well. Oh. If you're looking at the bottom left, you can also see that I'm getting new achievements because Hearthstone unleashed a new achievements track. which they never had achievements before, so it's kind of neat. All right, there we go. We got an epic.
I feel like we're gonna talk more about it later, but how did those achievements work?
So like the game is just now like tracking a lot more. Oh yes, I'm Rogue one. Rogue is my main class, so that's good. But in general, so like there's the achievement points, which are kind of useless, which is what they're giving me now, which is like, oh man, you played 100 elementals. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, good job. Here's 20 achievement points that are meaningless, or at least meaningless right now. Blizzard has said that they might be more meaningful later on. And then there's like the quest stuff, which will be like, you know, like win 7 ranked games, and then it's like, okay, here's experience points for your track and stuff like that. But yeah. So, all right, we got another epic, so 2 epics in a row. That's good. All right, another Dark Moon Rabbit. I don't even think that card's good, but thanks, game. Snack run, and we got a golden comet. Ooh, getting a lot of golden cards so far.
The claw machine.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. There's bumper car again.
Yo, I love the art for Solar Eclipse.
Oh yeah, it does look really good. Alright, got an epic. Oh my Yogg! Hey!
Yay!
I don't even like Paladin. I probably won't play that card too much, but it's a really good card. For Kelly, because I don't know if I was talking to Janelle about it on, and for David. What this is it's like counterspell. When your opponent casts a spell, they instead cast a random spell or random one of the same cost. So, you know, you thought you were gonna play Hellfire, which does 3 to all minions and kill my board, but instead you played the 4-mana Blessing of Kings, which buffed up my minion by +4/+4. Crazy card. I think it could be really, really, really good.
I love playing decks that like there's so many like trickery spells in it that like your opponent just can't plan. And it's not necessarily like good offense necessarily, but it's like super defensive.
Yeah, like that kind of controlling kind of archetype. Keep getting our golden comments. That's good.
I mean, I'm looking at...
Oh!
Got a legendary?
And an epic in the same pack.
Damn.
Go ahead, what were you gonna say before I open these?
I'm still maintaining that the corrupt feature is still pretty OP.
We'll see. Alright, let's open the epic first. It's a Feral Executioner. This is a pretty good one. 3 mana 4/3 corrupt, become a weapon. Pretty crazy text. He's just... We got Kiri, the Chosen of Elune. I'm unsure what to make of this card. It's a 4 mana 2/2, add a solar and lunar eclipse to your hand, but you can also just put solar and lunar eclipses into your deck. So do you really need Kiri to give you more? I don't know. But we got it.
Let's see what they do.
One is your next spell is cast twice, and the other is your is deal 3 to something. It's 2 mana.
Got it.
2 mana, deal 3 to something, and then your next spell costs 2 less. I think it's this turn though with both of them, so you can't like prep it a turn in advance.
Got it.
And it's worth noting that when I got on the rewards track initially, the game, the first rewards track is a free legendary, and I got Cthulhu the Shattered from that one, so that was pretty cool.
I love that card back so much.
we're already doing pretty good. From 70 packs, you should expect probably 4 legendaries, and we've already gotten 3. So, and another one.
Hey.
Thank you, Daniel.
Daniel, the patron of legendaries.
Zai the Incredible. Copy the left and right most cards in your hand. So you basically get, it's kind of like draw 2, but you get to kind of pick what you draw, and there are additional copies rather than cards straight from your deck. Another legendary. Holy shnikey. Well, now we've exceeded expectations. Yogg-Saron, Master of Fate. Now this card is crazy.
Damn.
So what he does is once you've cast 10 spells in a game, we're going to hopefully get to this some point today. I'll play this against one of you. Once you've cast 10 spells this game, you spin the wheel of what Yogg-Saron, and the wheel like pops up on both players' screens, and it spins around, and it lands on one of a couple different options. Like, you know, the options are all pretty crazy, wild, random effects. But one of them that only has a 5% chance, it's like the bankruptcy thing in Wheel of Fortune or something, is cast the spell Rod of Roasting until a player dies. And what Rod of Roasting is it's cast Pyroblasts. Like, and it just keeps casting Pyroblast randomly until someone dies. What do you think of that?
Dude.
I'm here for that.
Yeah, I'm here for that, and I feel like visually that's gonna be so nice.
Oh yeah. I cast several Pyroblasts today, just kind of getting myself back into Hearthstone. And it's just so good. You know what Pyroblast feels like when you cast it? Playing Power Rangers, but in a good way.
Oh my
Because
God.
when you're playing the fighting game and it's just so laggy, it's bad, but when it's Hearthstone, you feel the power of that fireball. Or, you know, not fireball.
That is a beautiful analogy.
Thanks.
Nice. Another epic. Cenarian Ward. Gain armor. Summon a random 8-cost minion. Got a golden rare. Priest one. That's a corrupt 4-mana card. Summon a 4-cost minion. Corrupts. Summon a 7-cost minion. Another epic here. Malevolent Strike. Oh, that's good. That's the rogue thing. Those are going right into our Cthulhu deck, which will be nice. I'll talk about Cthulhu because that'll be maybe the first deck we build. So we might build a rogue Cthulhu deck.
Yeah.
Jesus. I'm just hopping into a game right now just to do some quests, and it says wait time 12 seconds to 11 minutes. It took 19 seconds.
So, do you guys remember how I was like, oh, I'm gonna play like a quick casual game so I can like remember how Hearthstone works? That quick casual game is still going.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's actually one of the problems with the new thing. I hope your opponent isn't roping you every turn.
No, I'm actually surviving by a thread because I'm playing against Demon Hunter, which I play a lot, so my priest deck is pretty good at contending with it. So I've escaped death about 3 times now.
Jesus.
Ooh, this is a card some people say is amazing, others say it's trash. Carnival Clown. 9 mana 4/4. Baton, okay. And Battlecry, summon 2 copies of this. Corrupt, fill your board with copies of this. And note, that means that if you were to buff this somehow in your hand, like make it a 6/6 or something with some hand buff, and it becomes fill your board with 6 6s or something like that. And remember, you get a 0-cost version of this at least for a turn when you play Yashiraj. It's because it's a corrupt card, and so some people are really excited about that guy. Also, of course, Carnival Clown, great flavor.
Yeah, I feel like they did a really good job with Skolamaz, and they've just done a good job every time since then.
Jewel of N'Zoth. Summon 3 random friendly death rattle minions that died this game. For you guys, you may not catch the flavor, but this is just a hunter card. But the original N'Zoth summoned friendly death rattles at minions that died this game, like a full board of them until your board was full. So this is just like the old N'Zoth in that way. Golden rare ring toss. Discover a secret. Corrupt. Discover and cast 2 instead. Which is pretty good for 4 mana. You get 2 secrets. Secrets are normally 3, so. Epic. Ringmaster's Baton. 2 mana 1/3. After your hero attacks, give a mech, dragon, and pirate in your hand +1/+1. Pretty good. You get, remember that gets 3 attacks, so that's +9/+9. Ooh, look, my legend card back. I have it set to random card backs every time I open it. But that's what you get. You get that card back for reaching the highest rank in Hearthstone. Hey, legendary. All right.
Do you usually have like this many decks to look at?
You mean packs to open?
Yeah, packs to open.
Yes, because I always, what I do is I don't buy any packs after day 1 pretty much. I just save for the next expansion. So this is all
gotcha.
of the gold that I've saved up over the past, since August, like early August, is now just got spent. And so this is what Hearthstone will get you in aggregate over like 4 months. But I get to open it all at once because I saved it all for now.
Gotcha.
This is actually this legendary is one of the ones that I really wanted because it's mage, of course, and I'm a mage player. But it is a 6 mana 5/5 battle cry. Draw 1 card. Upgrades for each friendly secret that trigger this game. So it could be like 6 mana 5/5 draw 5, which is amazing. So I'm really good at, because secret decks tend to run out of gas too. So pretty excited to have that card in my collection. I think it might get nerfed, and if it gets nerfed, then I get my money back.
Yeah.
Double epic. We got one of those secrets that goes along with the legendary we just got. Rigged fair game. If you didn't take any damage during your opponent's turn, draw 3 cards. Now that's some value. 3 mana draw 3. Yes, please. And we've got another really flavorful card. Summon 7 1/1s with rush. If they all die this turn, summon 7 more. And this the expendable performers.
Ooh. That one hurts, probably literally.
Another epic. We're down to our last 10 packs.
Nice. So how do you feel about your
Haul?
loot so far?
Oh, I way exceeded the standard, what you'd expect by the percentages for legendaries and even epics. If you look over on the right hand side, you can see that blue line. That marks where what I got, and the yellow line, the gold line, marks the average. So I mean, I can't complain. But I have a different mentality than some players. Like, I think some players like look at opening packs and they're like, I really hope I open my favorite cards of the expansion. And I'm always happy when that happens, but I always expect that I'm going to have to, craft those cards myself,
Right.
And so I don't go into it, like, I kind of just get to sit and be happy. Like, oh, I got this cool card, Like, I'm almost more happy to get the cards that I wasn't going to craft. Like that one card that I got, deck of Chaos, that changes the cost of everything in your deck. That was like one of the first legendaries we opened. I probably would never have crafted that, but I'm probably going to play with that now because it seems like a fun card. Last 5 packs. If you notice, I shake the packs. It has no meaning. It's just a little. It's like a nervous tick that I do.
That too, and I'm so salty.
I have above average luck, so you should thank me. Rigged fair game. We have both of the mage secrets there. So secret mage is definitely a deck we could build right away. Got another epic here. Double epic. Don't feed the animals, and Magic Fin. Magic Fin. After a friendly Murloc dies, add a random legendary minion to your hand. And it's a 3/3/4, which is pretty good. Another corrupt card for Kelly. Don't feed the animals, which is obviously great flavor. Give all beasts in your hand +1/+1. Corrupt. Give them +2/+2 instead.
No.
Don't feed them.
Hunter with that.
Here's another corrupt. Insatiable Fellhound. Taunt. 3 mana 2/5 taunt. Corrupt. Gain +1/+1 and lifesteal. 3/6 with taunt for 3 and lifesteal is pretty good. And insight. 2 mana, draw a minion. Corrupt. Reduce its cost by 2, which is pretty good because it's basically 0 mana, draw a card if you get the corrupt cost off. Because you get the reduction on the back end. All right, and we got the last pack, at least for right now. And we got a legendary in it, the last pack. Wow. All right.
Ooh.
Pretty lucky. And we got an epic too. All right. So we reset both of our pity timers at the very end. Hammer of Naru and Maxima Blastenheimer. 6 mana 4/4. Summon a minion from your deck. It attacks the enemy hero and then dies. It's got the blowing somebody out of the cannon kind of flavor. Like, all right, there we go. And so we can go to our achievements, and we can go down. We can click collection, and now we have 29 achievements that we made. So these will all add. So now I've just got to, but I have to click on each one of them.
Oh, so you have to like collect them.
Yeah, but you can see that the number in that top right is going up when I'm doing this, but it doesn't mean anything. The number is kind of meaningless. But I don't like having the little notification icon like, hey, you got to do this.
I don't either. That drives me nuts on games. Like that little red to do, I don't need it.
So we collected 110 of 125 Madness at the Dark Moon Fair cards. That doesn't seem quite right. But yeah, these ones are ones that I'll never fully complete because it's like you got to complete like all. I guess we collected all 10 Madness at the Dark Moon Fair Demon Hunter cards. Wait, oh, it says all 10, but I think Demon Hunter got more than 10, so that's like a little bit of a misnomer. So now I need to go through my collection, just hover over all the new cards so that they stop reminding me that they're new. Like, of course, if it's from this expansion, I just opened it. We did get some golden cards, which is nice, and we do have quite a bit of that cash money, so that's good. And we opened up 2 of the old gods because we have. Wait, where's my Cthulhu? Oh wait, he's not new. I opened him like I said. So we opened up. So we'll look at our legendary haul. We can filter the. 1 second, let me check my. All right, so we can look at our legendary haul from Dark Moon Fair. We got Zai the Incredible. We got Kiri the Chosen of Elune. We got Maxima Blastenheimer. We got Sage, Seer of the Dark Moon. We got Magic. That's not a legendary. That's an epic. It just has legendary in the title. We got Ticketus and Deck of Chaos. And we got Cthulhu the Shattered and Yogg-Saron, Master of Fate. So I want to build 2 decks today with you guys to start us off at least. We're going to build a rogue deck. And we're going to build it around Cthulhu. It looks like the default deck that they're offering you for good old for the rogue is actually a Cthulhu deck, but we'll go ahead and build our own Cthulhu deck to start. So obviously the man, the myth, the legend, the beast, the crazy eyeball in the sky that looks like Sauron is Cthulhu the Shattered. So what does he do? So he breaks into 30 pieces at the start of the game, and breaks into 4 pieces at the start of the game, and they're all 5 mana cards, like 5 mana spells, like summon a 6/6, deal 3 damage to all minions. Right? None of them are that good individually, but once you play all 4 of them, then you shuffle Cthulhu, the god, back into your deck, and then his battle cry is deal 30 damage to split among all enemies, which probably kills your opponent's board and either kills them or gets them real close. So the idea is that we can maybe take, we can try to use Cthulhu to kind of win the game that way. So the one card that obviously goes with it is this epic that we got, which is Malevolent Strike. Destroy a minion. Costs 1 less for each card in your deck that did not start there. Now remember, Cthulhu right away shuffles those 4 pieces into our deck, right? So this is already 1 mana destroy a minion at the start, and then it gets a little bit worse over the course of the game, but it's still pretty good. Let's see. We're playing a deck where we definitely want to draw a lot because we want to draw all of those Cthulhu pieces. So we're going to put in Swindle, which is a 2 mana draw a spell, combo, and a minion, right? 2 mana, draw 2, really good, right? And we'll also put in Foxy Fraud, which is a new card. Your next combo card this turn costs 2 less. So, pretty... Go ahead.
No, I was just reacting to that.
Foxy Fraud.
Since we're going to be drawing a bunch of cards already, we'll go ahead and we're going to throw in 2 Ticket Masters. Shuffle 3 tickets into your deck. When drawn, summon a 3/3 plush bear. So when he dies, he shuffles, and if we're already going to be drawing a cards, and note that when those things are drawn, they will you'll get to draw an additional card after. But it's a way to, it rewards you for trying to draw a lot of cards. So that's good for us. And I'm going to go ahead and I want to craft. I'm just going to craft all the rest of the rogue cards here, but I'm going to need just a moment to. Because I'm going to need to disenchant some cards first. But, so I think I want to include both of them into the new deck. One is Tenwu of the Red Smoke. 2 mana, 3/2. Return a friendly minion to your hand. It costs 1 this turn, which is really... I like that a lot. You could double up on a Battle Cry effect or something, right? It's pretty nice. We got Cloak of Shadows, which has Tenwu actually on his... on the thing, which is give your hero stealth for 1 turn, which is really good if we're holding on for that Cthulhu, right, to kill our opponent, right, being able to stealth for a turn or 2, right, that's basically becoming invincible, and so that's a good way to just stall the game a little bit. And then finally, Grand Empress Shek'Zarah. Discover a card in your deck and draw all copies of that. Now that works really well with that Ticket Master, because if we discover those 3/3 plush, like the little guys that we shuffled into our deck, that will not only mean that we play all 3 of those, summoning 9/9 in stats, but we will also draw 3 cards after that, which makes this 6 mana 5/7 discover, or 6 mana 5/7 Battle Cry, summon 9/9, and draw 3 cards, which is just too good to pass up, right?
I know, that feels like a really clutch Nethrandamas play. As Demon. Yeah. It's like, hey, is this the last few rounds? I have a surprise.
Pouring my right now. I always, on these Hearthstone streams, I always get super thirsty. Because I'm always just, I'm talking, I'm so excited, and I'm yelling at you guys. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm a rogue player through and through, so I'm just gonna get all the rogue cards. We're crafting Tenwu of the Red Smoke.
Come, friend. Let's see what you've got.
Ooh, I really like he's got like this Western theme when he gets played. That's pretty nice. We'll craft 2 Cloak of Shadows. And then we're gonna need to make ourselves some money quick. So one thing to note for you, David, is that there's this button here. I'll move this up to like up here a little bit, I guess, for a moment. And you can see then there's my disenchant extra cards, and and the game gives you that as an option for you to kind of know. Sorry, what am I trying to say? The game gives you that as an option to be like, well, I've got like, like this guy. I got 8 of this guy. Like you can only put 2 in a deck, so there's no reason to really keep 8, right? But I do that because I don't like pressing the button for a couple of reasons. So I could press the button and get 19,000 dust, which is a lot of dust. You could ask Janelle and Kelly, is that a lot of dust?
Yes.
I could
More than my
I could
lifetime
craft 12 legendaries with that, which is, you know, that's like almost
Dang.
all the legendaries I don't have from the new set. But I, you know, I'm a very economic player, so like I just tend to save it up. But I don't do that because what happens is when they nerf cards, if you have extras, you can disenchant both the ones that you have non-extras, but also the extras for full dust refund, which means like if I have like 4 of like an epic's bad now because you don't get duplicates of those very easily. But if I have like 4 or 5 of a rare, and then that rare gets nerfed for some reason, then I will get like a ton of value out of that. So I tend to save any card. I tend to not want to press the button for that reason. But we do need to get out of here for just a sec of our Cthulhu deck building, and we want to go to, I'm going to go to my wild cards collection, and I'm just going to search for extra, and we're going to probably, we're going to just get rid of maybe some wild cards that we have extra of that we don't think are that good. Right now I'm just filtering by extra. So this, that was from Rise of Shadows. See, maybe we'll do, can I look up golden extra? I forget. You cannot. We'll look up golden, just all of our golden cards, and we'll even do golden epic. That'll help us get there really quick. So Sandbinder from Witchwood is never going to get nerfed, and he's not even that good. So he's out of standard. He's only in like the old sets that don't matter anymore. So we'll disenchant that guy. That gives us 400. And I'll disenchant these Baleful Bankers because I don't think they're that good. They're also from Richwood. And then Witchwood? I'm so funny. Oh, the Girabashi hype man from Rastakan's Rumble. He's never gonna see play again. All right. He never saw play when he was in standard. All right. So that's what I mean. Like I just find the cards, and then when I want to craft something, and then I go and I craft it, if that makes sense. All right. So now we did that. So what we want to do is we're gonna craft that dope card, the Grand Empress Shexara. Now let's listen to her entrance music. Oh god, she's mean. She's brutal. I love it. All right, so we got that. Now let's go ahead and is there any neutral cards from the latest expansion that I want to include in here? So so what have we included so far? We've got Foxy Fraud because it's good, and then we've got cards that draw cards, and then cards that benefit from having like those extra cards in our deck, right? Like the Grand Empress, who can draw us those plush bears, or who can draw us the pieces of Cthulhu and that kind of thing. And so what I'm looking at here is, are there any of these neutral cards that I really want? I wonder, is there any epic neutral that I didn't open that I really want? I'll probably want to craft those old gods eventually. Not really. Horrendous Growth is the only one. And Horrendous Growth is pretty neat. You're gonna love this one, Kelly. It's a corruptible 2-mana 2/2. Corrupt, so play any card bigger than 2, gain +1/+1, but it can be corrupted endlessly, so you can just keep corrupting it, and every time it gets +1/+1, it's a horrendous growth, right? It just keeps getting bigger.
Dude, that's super interesting. That also feels a bit like Battle Fiend, which is that one that every time you attack as Demon Hunter, it gains +1.
Yeah, it is like that a little bit, except for since it's getting more powerful while it's in your hand, it's like a little less valuable. But it is also a really interesting tension, because it's like you have to decide, when is my Horrendous Growth big enough to play as a 2-mana huge piece of work. I think it works really well if you're a control deck, because you're playing all these expensive, like maybe cards that are drawing you cards or other things, and then what you can do with it is you wait for like a board clear, like a Twisting Nether, right? Like destroy all minions, and then it's a 2-mana 10/10 or something, and you just slam it down after, right? So that way you get a big board swing where not only did you remove their board, but you also generated a board with this cheap guy that you were holding on to. All right, so we'll put Tenwu in as well. And now let's go ahead and we're going to go over to the general cards. So one card that I definitely want to put in this deck is Stowaway. So Stowaway is a 5-mana 4/4. If there are any cards that didn't start in your deck there, draw 2 of them. And so we already have the Cthulhu. Remember, the Cthulhu pieces count. So this automatically draws the two Cthulhu pieces, which is really good. And also it helps with the Ticket Master, who summons those plush bears, right? And so we could draw those as well. So Stowaway works really well in our style of deck here. And so that's good. So the real question that we have to ask here is, how greedy should we be?
Greedy.
All right, we'll start with some super greed then, just to satisfy you. So what we can do to be really greedy is we can include a Galakron package. So,
hell yeah.
So Galakron draws cards and makes them cost 1, which is pretty good for us. So I'm just going to include the whole Galakron package. But what that also means is if we can put in Lore Keeper Pull Celt. And what does Lore Keeper Pull Celt do? Is he's Battle Cry, reorder your deck from the highest cost card to the lowest cost card. So you play Lore Keeper Pull Celt before you play Galakron, and then you draw all your highest cost cards with Galakron, and they cost 1, which is bonkers.
Brilliant.
And so the problem is Foxy Fraud is looking less and less like she belongs in this deck, because it's your next combo card costs 2 less, and we have 1 combo card currently in the deck, if I'm looking at this correctly. Yeah, we have Swindle, so we're gonna take that out. But what we want now is we just want draw. So we want cards that can draw us additional cards. So what do we have? We can do Shiv, Skyvateer, Fan of Knives, Dirty Secrets. After your opponent casts a spell, draw 2. Waxadread that could be neat in this deck. Waxadread shuffles a candle into your deck that resummons Waxadread, but I think that's just it's a little too far outside of what our deck is trying to do. We don't need infinite Waxadread. So one card I'm going to add here is I'm going to add 1 Togwaggle's Scheme. What this card does is you choose a minion and you shuffle 1 copy into your deck of that minion, but it upgrades every turn, so it could be like up to copy like 10, or like shuffle 10, and that A gives you like it's good against fatigue, but it's also good with, I mean, if we can somehow put it on Cthulhu, right? I mean, then we're right after we get them, then we have 10 Cthulhu's. But more importantly, it can be used on like Kronks or the Stowaway. Well, yeah, mostly just Kronks to help us, survive longer, because Kronks has a lot of survival mechanics. So let's see. At this point, I don't even know if Tenwu makes sense in this deck. I guess he works with Devoted Maniac and Shield of Galakron, and he works with Stowaway. Okay, I convinced myself. All right, but we need a little bit more draw. So let's see. Is there any neutral cards that are really good at drawing us cards right now? Not really.
Just to like draw specifically, what about like a spell burst?
Why would we want spell burst?
Spell burst ones that I'm thinking of off bat would at least give you, not draw, I guess, since that's what you're looking for, but it would at least help you stave off death.
Are you thinking of like a specific spell burst card?
I was thinking of Onyx. I forget what it is. Onyx something or other.
Oh, that one doesn't draw you cards. That one adds
I realize that it's
to your...
for draw, and that wouldn't quite do that.
Yeah. Not the worst idea. Oh, we'll put in 2 Backstabs, because Backstab is a great card for just staying alive. We'll put in a Shadow Step, because Shadow Step is good with Galakron. Then we have 2 cards left here. Ooh, we could do Secret Passage. The problem with Secret Passage is that it replaces your hand with 4 cards from your deck, and then you swap back, which could be really good, except that it wouldn't work with Cthulhu, but it could work with the pieces of Cthulhu. Trying to think. I might remove this Togwaggle Scheme. No, but I like Togwaggle Scheme. We could put in Saps. Sap is just a good defensive card. Slows your opponent down. Gives you time to enact your own game plan. Or Coerce, destroy a damaged minion. Combo, destroy any minion. That's pretty good too. Or Evil Miscreant. Oh, actually, I know. We need Togwaggle. Togwaggle, if you control a lackey, choose a fantastic treasure. And then we're going to put in one more lackey. We're gonna put in the lackey generator, the evil miscreant, and I'm gonna dump Togwaggle's scheme to put in a second evil miscreant. Okay, so we got Gala, Cthulhu, Rogue. All right, that's our first deck here. Then what was the second deck I wanted to build? You all remember?
I don't remember. I remember the Cthulhu deck. I don't remember that there was a second one.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I want to very quickly I'm gonna grab the invite link to
Warlock one because you got so much Warlock stuff.
That one would probably take me a long time to make that deck on stream, and we already spent a while. We're almost an hour into streaming. We haven't even played a game. All right. I'm sending my friend a link in case he wants to jump on our Discord. All right. We'll keep the Cthulhu one for now. Should I go play a game on the ladder, or do you want to play?
Play a game on the ladder. I'm so interested in seeing this deck like work where it's meant to
quote
work.
unquote work. I don't know if it'll work very well, because remember, we just kind of made it up, and it's hard to make up a deck and for it to be just good.
That is super true, but revising decks is like one of the most fun parts of this game. At least
for sure. I love that. I love my tea. I drink pu'er tea.
I have never heard of that.
It's from China, and it's just like, it's a very flavorful smooth tea. So we're playing against Druid. If I were to guess, I would assume that this Druid is all right. So I kind of want to keep. I assume that they're like a spell Druid that's gonna try to play a Yogg-Saron, because that was like what people were theory crafting. I think I want the Seal Fate and the Swindle, because these are both drawing cards. And then I don't think I need the Devoted Maniac or Grand Empress. Grand Empress is better once we've gotten a little bit further into our deck. You got Galakrond. Go ahead.
It makes me sad because I have a meeting at 1 and you're just about to start playing.
All right.
So I'm going to head out, but good luck.
Thanks. You have a great day.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
So we just saw that Cthulhu got so there's the 4 pieces of Cthulhu's body here. 5 mana destroy a minion, 5 mana deal 3 to all minions, 5 mana summon a 6/6 with taunt, and 5 mana deal 7 damage randomly split among all enemies.
It's just aesthetically speaking, but your gold board and their gold board look really nice together.
Oh, that's nice. The question is, do we coin out Miscreant? I am gonna coin out the Miscreant here, because that'll give me the chance for next turn. I can play a Lackey, and then I can play Swindle and draw 2 cards. So that's pretty nice. We have already 2 Invoke cards in our hand, and we have Galakrond, so we'll already be halfway there. Yep, our opponent is definitely playing Spell Druid. They just drew 3. They just played the draw 3, discarding a minions.
Oh, yeah.
So they're playing Yogg, that's for sure. So I could Seal Fate them. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna praise Galakrond, so that I'm gonna upgrade my guy. Wow, we got 3 of the Discover spells. That's not great. And we have 8 cards, so I can play Swindle and draw 2. But I think that I might just want to play 2 lackeys, because Swindle this turn seems not. I can't draw those cards right now. I have 3 Discover guy in my house, so I'm gonna be discovering so many. Ooh, another Swindle. All right, we'll take it. We're gonna be drawing so many cards. Shadow of Death is pretty good in our deck. It's choose a minion, summon 3 copies of that minion, and it's probably better, but it's not that much better. Unidentified Contract is removal. Sure, destroy a minion and gain a bonus effect. And deal its damage to adjacent minions. That's pretty good. That could be right. Control tool. All right, our opponent innervates out something that costs 5. Lo-Fi Swarm. Oh, there's this kind of bullshit. Okay.
So what kind of bullshit do you mean? Aside from sad board.
They're like, yeah. I guess I should have expected that the spell thing would have this stuff. I just mean like they're building a wide board, so I need to clear out some of this board. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna Seal Fate one of them. which will give us a random thing. Discover dragon. We are getting too many. Like, I want the tempo ones, not the discover guys, and get more value ones, which is unfortunate. But I can't. We're gonna do the discover spell guy because if we get a backstab, we'll be pretty happy. Brain freeze is fine, so we'll take brain freeze, and then we can play brain freeze next turn, and we'll trade 2 of these guys into there. We want to reduce the strength of their board because they likely have a bunch of board buffs, and so we have to kill as many of them as we can. Congrats on level 40, Kelly.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just played a fucking 20-minute game where they just like got the perfect fucking draws. Like in the end, like I lost. It was a well-played game, but it was just like, wow, that game.
Oh yeah, our opponent just used the
better.
lunar and solar eclipses, and they just cast solar eclipse twice. Or they used solar eclipse to cast Savage Roar twice, which gave all their characters +2/+2. So that now they just murdered us. That hurts. All right, so we're gonna malevolent strike this guy for one mana kill a minion. I like that. Then we're gonna go ahead and freeze a minion, deal 3 damage to it. So we got rid of that guy. And then what am I gonna do? I will swindle, draw 2, and hope that I get something good. Not seal fate. That's not good. Lord Keeper Pokel is also not good enough. So I'm gonna punch them in the shoot. I'm probably dead. I'm gonna squelch them because I don't want to hear it. If they have swipe, I'm dead. What's the best thing I could do? I could shadow step my ethereal lackey and hope to find another brain freeze or backstab, which would both kill the 2/2 there. Cold blood, sinister strike. No, none of these do that. We'll grab swindle just in case we manage to survive. We've survived.
So
And
I just
big ol'
opened up my first pack and it's a fucking legendary.
Ah, nice.
So nice.
Have you clicked it yet? What'd you get?
Got a medal. ETC. It's for war.
Oh, nice. And it's a Kelly card. All right, so this person, I don't mean to be salty, whatever. They won, but they got really lucky. They drew both of your next spell your next spell gets cast twice, and both of their Savage Roars, which is the best spell in their deck. Like, I can't, like, they didn't really draw that much, so it's not my fault that they, did it. I'll go ahead and I'll go into another game, though. Not super promising, but also I don't necessarily know if that was indicative of every game I'm going to play, because it feels like I got high rolled by my opponent. And that's one of the tricky things with building a deck. Sometimes you don't know if it's just like, well, they had the card that summons a full board, which they're not always going to have, into 2 of the card that gives their whole board big buffs to do damage to my face, right? Is that always going to happen on turn 5 into 6? And I don't have answers, right? I've got 2 backstabs. I didn't have any of them to answer that, right? So it's kind of hard to say if that's indicative of what I'm going to get. I full mulligan because what I really want is like Seal Fate, and actually this is really good. We got a 3-4-5 curve, so that's good. All right, Cthulhu gets broken. We're playing against Shaman. We'll see if they're kind of aggro. Cloak of Shadows. That would have been useful. That would have been very useful last time. Again, like, because then we could have kind of killed their board and then maybe stealthed our way through to the next turn or something. So they're aggro, or they're Highlander based on that. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna dagger up. I don't want to attack that thing because next turn I can just Seal Fate it to deal 3 to it, and then it'll be dead anyways. And I can't Seal Fate it because it deals it to undamaged characters if I were to hit it first. My opponent is coining out something on 3. We'll see what 3-cost card they're coining out. All right, well, it worked. All right, we'll be okay. All right, so they coined out a weapon that is pretty good. It 3 mana 3/2 after your hero attacks, give a friendly minion +1/+1, and they had a minion so it's a +2/+4, but I can Seal Fate that minion, get a thing, and punch thing. Okay, do lackeys that don't discover spells exist? I like these are not the lackeys that I am looking for.
Amazing.
All right, so they're playing that hoe, and then they're punching me, and then that becomes a 4/4. Which is tricky. If I had gotten one of the better lackeys, this wouldn't feel so bad. But unfortunately, I didn't. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Discover a spell. Because if I get Eviscerate, I can just kill that. I did not. We're gonna grab the unidentified contract, and then I'm gonna play the ticket master, and then I'm gonna call it a turn, and I'm probably gonna take 5 damage. I'm taking a lot of damage at the start of this game, but my opponent had a really good curve, and so it is what it is. All right, Storm Strike. They were managed to kill my ticket master, and then they got the 3, and that's gonna buff that guy up, and they're gonna punch my face with the 5/4, and punch my face with their 3 attack that they just got. This does not look okay. Malevolent Strike is 0, so I can use that to kill this. All right, so we can turn the corner a bit here. So we play the Devoted Maniac to see what we get. And we get a, oh my gosh. I'm wondering if there's a glitch.
Okay.
Incredible.
I mean, that's like a lot.
Of these, I'll take the Eviscerate. And then what I do is I Malevolent Strike that 5/4, so it's gone. Then I run the 2/2 into the 3/2, and then I still have 12 health. I wish that I had more ways to generate kind of armor or health, but that's just not what Rogue is good at. So there's not much I can do. I can play a Taunt next turn, so that's good. All right, this is like a super aggro deck, which makes up my life harder. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers. All right, so here we got a... This is kind of tricky. What do I want to do? I don't want to play Grand Empress here. I want to play Shield of Galakron. And maybe get a good lackey. Okay, good. We can buff up. All right, so I'm gonna triple trade into the 3/3, and then I'm gonna give this guy +2 health and taunt, and then I'm gonna hold off for now on Shadow Stepping the 1/1, but I might Shadow Step the 1/1 next turn when I play Grand Empress, because then I could get her out. She's a 5/7. If I give her taunt, that's really good for me. All right, so my opponent just drew a weapon. That's scary. They're discovering a spell damage minion. That's scary because if they have a spell damage minion in Lava Burst, I'm just dead. I could play Galakron, but I only need to upgrade one more time to get it to full. All right, so my opponent does that. They clear my board. Okay, so what am I gonna do? I have the backstab, which could kill the 1/1, which is fine. But then they get to draw a card, but they will draw a card either way. I have the Cloak of Shadows. I have the Galakron. So we're gonna do this: discover a card in your deck and draw all copies of it. And we're gonna hope to draw the plush bear. Ah, damn, none of these were good. But Praise Galakron is good. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna punch our opponent in the face. We're gonna Shadow Step the 1/1. We're gonna buff up and give taunt to our 5 thing, and then we're going to Praise Galakron on the 1/1. And then we're gonna backstab their 1/1. And now our Galakron is fully invoked, which means next turn is gonna be a big boy turn. Okay. So as long as we live here, we'll heal for 5, and we're gonna draw 4 cards that all cost 1 next turn, which is pretty good. So we just need to survive this next turn. Oh no, that doesn't look good. Okay, they're just gonna... Oh my gosh, they're just gonna wail into that? Yikes. Oh, that hurts. Okay. Alright, Galakron, give us some extra health. Take us some. Note that our opponent has pushed themselves down to like no health. We might just be able to win on the reverse swing. Alright, so we're drawing some things. We got a piece of Cthulhu. Oh, the Kronks! Oh, Kronksy baby! You don't know how happy I am to see you because you just won me the game. Deal.
Oh, yep.
Jesus.
I love Galakron. So, all right, what happened at the end there for the audience? Oh shit! I don't chat up. I had Discord up for a second.
Nothing's in chat.
All
Don't
right.
worry.
So what happened is I played the Galakron and I equipped a 5 attack weapon. So I gained 5 damage there. I already had 7 attack on board. And my opponent was at 14 health. So I only needed 2 more damage to win. And then one of the 1-cost cards I had was Galakrond. And what Kronx. And what Kronx does is if you've played Galakrond, you can choose one of 5 effects or 4 effects, and one of those is deal 5 to the enemy and heal 5. So I actually got lethal on that turn. So which is pretty sweet. Let's look at my one thing that's weird today about the new reward system is that I didn't get a quest today. I don't know why that is. So they did revamp the quest system, and I will note that it is much more favorable to you guys now. I don't know
Yeah, so how exactly does it end up working more favorably for people that don't play super often?
So let's talk about it. We'll talk about it for a second, then we'll play another game. So the way the new system works is, well, let's talk about the old system, because I think you have to know about this stuff in context. So the old system was you got quests, and those quests gave you gold, and you use that gold to buy packs, generally speaking, right? That was like the general gist of how the old system works. Generally speaking, you'd get a daily quest that gave you 60 gold, as well as you'd get 10 gold per 3 wins, all right, which capped out at 100 gold a day. So in theory, you'd average about 60 gold plus, some plus change every day for depending on how much you play and how much you win. All right. So they replaced that with a new system where your daily quests, as you can see, give you experience, and you have weekly quests which give you experience as well. And that experience levels up your place in a track. And this is why it's favorable to you guys, because the early track is super easy. Like I leveled up 7 times in like day 1. So it really is favorable to somebody who's like never played before or only plays for a couple days in expansion, because you're going to get a lot of rewards at the front end. But then as you continue along the track, there's just more and more rewards. Like you level up, you get 100 gold. You level up, you get 150 gold. You get a pack if you level up. You level up, you get X, Y, or Z, right? And so you're getting gold and getting gold and getting gold when you level up. And once you get level 50, you actually get a cool new character portrait to denote that you got to level 50. Note, the tavern track will reset whenever the next expansion comes out. So getting to level 50 is like the big accomplishment. After level 50, every additional level gives you 150 gold, right? Now, remember, the old daily quests were only giving you 60, so 150 is a lot more if you were getting one if you were leveling up every day. But unfortunately, it's a what's composite interest? What's that called? Compound. It's a compound interest kind of system. So the early levels are so easy to level up because every time you level up, it adds. It's just like leveling up in an MMO or something, right? Where like it adds to the experience that you need to level up again. And the problem is that unlike an MMO where you might fight a more difficult enemy or something where that gives you more experience, right? In this, it's Hearthstone. You're just going to keep getting the same rewards. So it just slows down. Like you just get less rewards as you go on. Now, I did the math, and in general, a player can expect pretty much more value, but because some of that value is translated into packs and like random things that you get along the way, rather than exclusively gold, a player who completes all their daily quests will actually receive less gold in general, like less flexible like liquid currency in the system. And so a lot of fans are pretty upset about that. And also the new system seems to it rewards playtime rather than wins, which you think would be good, right? I don't have to worry about winning to get gold, but it looks like it's not quite. It's skewed a little bit poorly. So what this means is like some players like just roping a bunch, right? And like not oh, my friend is playing. And he just opened a legendary. Hey!
Yay. I love when people open legendaries. It's so satisfying.
But yeah, so that's kind of the new rewards track. I would say if they tune it right, like they actually released, because there was such an outcry over the weekend, and I mean, I don't mean to be mean to any Hearthstone players, but I mean, they were kind of being babies to me, like from my opinion. Like I saw people describing the new system as like inhumane and like things like that. Wow. It's just like you're playing a digital card game, like. And it's, like, I don't know, like, it's just hard for me to you know be like, oh, you know, to get too riled up about it. Like, but it does appear like you get like less rewards in some instances than players used to, which isn't great. And so, you know, I can understand, but today they announced like that they were changing some of the packs to be gold, so that the first 50 levels there's like 1,350 more gold, but 6 less packs. So you're getting a lot more, right? Because if a pack is 100 gold. So like they announced that, and they said like one thing that we didn't tell you about was like we're gonna have more events where you can get extra experience and stuff like that. And so, you know, and like special quests and stuff. So like, you know, like people aren't calculating that in their math over the whole expansion, so it looks worse than it's going to end up being, that kind of thing. You know, standard Blizzard speak. You know, obviously it's a game meant to make money, right? And the thing that I don't like about it is like they could have done this in a way that maybe encourages players more to like. They could have like built it up in a way that encourages like more incremental spending rather than like the huge like I'm gonna buy the expansion pre-order for like $80. You know what I mean? And I think that that's where they kind of flubbed a little bit. But I don't want to overly talk about the economic system because I'd rather just play the game. Do you want to play a game against me? See if we can actually get Cthulhu in here.
I'm down. I am just in the middle of playing a game. So
it's funny we
I can do that when I finish this round.
All right, I'll jump into one more game. Let's see. I got some messages on Facebook. Let's see.
Valera versus Tyrande.
You give me strength. Watch your back.
All right, so we're looking at this. Evil Miscreant and Swindle are both kind of nice. As we noted before, Grand Empress is a good card, and it really helped us win last game, but I think it's a little too slow, and Lord Keeper Polkelt is too slow too. I mean, he's nice because what you can do is if you play like Polkelt works in multiple ways. He can reorder your deck so that Galacrond is on top, and then you draw Galacrond the next turn you can play him, which is really good. But he can also work after you got Galacrond in hand, you play him and then play Galacrond and get the thing. But I think they're both just too slow. Those are cards we're looking to play like on turn 8 or 9. We are playing against the Priest though, so this might finally be that that matchup where like we can kind of go slow, right? Where I wonder if our opponent is playing a Cthulhu deck or something. Nope, we're the only Cthulhu deck we've run into. Hey, we finally drew one of those Cthulhu cards. That's good. Maw of Cthulhu, destroy a minion. So we can play Stowaway and just draw some of those cards. Do I want to coin out the Evil Miscreant? I think I do. That means that next turn we can play Draconic Lackey and a Swindle to really fill up our hand. Almost too much. But not too much. I think we'll be at 9, so we'll be okay. Cloak of Shadows. All right, so Draconic Lackey. Ooh, Brightwing is probably the best one here. Just a cheap minion that gives us a card. And then we'll have 8, and this will put us up to 9. All right, and then we punch, and then we're good to go. We have a little bit... This deck has a hard time dumping its hand at times, which is kind of interesting. Opponent heals themselves, so they're playing like a slow control-y kind of deck. And I just kind of want to dump my hand, so we'll play Player's Galacron, we'll get a Lackey, and we'll see what we get. Titanic Lackey, sure, we'll do like the whole build your own 2/6. And then I will go ahead and I'll just dagger and I'll punch them in the face. I don't love this because I don't know why I punched them with the dagger. I'm probably not going to be daggering any turn soon, but oh well. I can destroy that with Maw of Cthulhu, which actually seems kind of good here. The other option is I could use... Yeah, let's just Maw of Cthulhu this. Don't kill our 2/6, please. Fuck, killed the 2/6. Oh well.
Rip.
We could have killed that with our backstab, but I felt like that was just a more efficient use of our thing was just to use the Cthulhu card. Now, the really good thing that this sets up is that next turn we can Heist Bear and Togwaggle. If we control a lackey, choose a fantastic treasure, and one of those is draw 3 cards, they all cost 0. And so, I mean, drawing 3 cards and they all cost 0 just seems really good to me. Especially because with those Cthulhu pieces.
I'm good to play now, by the way, whenever you're done with that.
All right,
one.
Janelle, are you there? Oh, did she say? He must have.
Sorry, I am here. I had to step away for a minute. Sorry.
No, that's okay. All right, so we won't be able to play Cthulhu here because, Togwaggle, because they use Breath of the Infinite to kill our 2 lackeys, which seemed like a little bit of an overkill to me, to be honest. But let's go ahead and we're gonna shield a Galakron. We get a lackey. And it's the Rush Lackey. I don't like the Rush Lackey. Do I want to play the Kobold Lackey or the Rush Lackey? I have to play one of them. Let's play the Rush Lackey. Alright. We got a 5/5. The only bad thing about playing a 5/5 is it can die to Shadow or Death, but we don't really care about that. Next turn we can play 2 cards. We can play Kobold Lackey and Togwaggle. And then we could Shadow Step Togwaggle if we want. Which could be really good.
I wonder.
Hey, BRB folks. Oh yeah, I didn't see that. Or maybe you just said that just now. So let's see, what are we looking for right now? We got these stowaways, which is pretty good.
I wonder.
Same. I love that sort of build in a deck.
Yeah, we just need to figure out how to dump our hands so that the stowaways are relevant. So they draw those parts of the Cthulhu body. Yep, I predicted that they might Shadow Word Death our thing, and I was right. I'm a genius. All right, Malevolent Strike. So let's go ahead. We'll play Heist Bear and Togwaggle just because we can get it out of the way. We're gonna grab the Wondrous Wand, which we can play maybe next turn, maybe not. I'm gonna Kobold Lackey their face. And then the question is, do I want to Shadow Step Tog? I actually don't think I do want to Shadow Step Togwaggle. Because, well, let's see, it technically replaces it. I don't have another lackey generator right now, which is why I'm a little hesitant. Let's think. I'm not gonna do it. I can Shadow Step Kronk, which is probably gonna be better in the long term, or Shadow Step Cthulhu or something. I'm not. Katrina Muerte. Okay, so she's gonna grab one of those. Greetings, mortal. All right. Do we have an easy way? We have Malevolent Strike, so we can kill the one on the left pretty easily. So let's go ahead and first we're gonna give Togwaggle a bonus, and then I'm gonna hopefully Tog doesn't die. He died. Oh my gosh, we're getting unlucky with those. Okay, so we kill this. We have 9 cards in hand, so then we're gonna go ahead and so with 9, if I play a Taunt Lackey and then I play Wondrous Wand, I draw 3 cards. Okay, we got an Eye of Cthulhu, which is, we can just play that if we want to deal 7, but I think we want to save that because it is 0. And I'm gonna play, we're at 10, so I need to get rid of something. So I'm gonna play this, and then maybe it'll give us a lackey that we can play that doesn't generate things. All right, transform a minion into one that costs 1 more. We'll do that. And we got a crummy one. We're not getting very lucky right now, but that's fine. We don't need luck. It looks like our opponent might be playing a Highlander deck. Maybe not with that. Okay, so that's not good. Well, now we have this, which is really good. But how am I gonna? Jeez, I need to like get rid of a lot of cards. So this is just gonna be dump turn. We're gonna try to just get rid of as many cards as we can. Alright, those will kill both of those. Oh, I missed one damage maybe. Alright, so then I'm gonna play this. Oh shoot, we're running low on time. Oh no, come on, go, 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 go. Alright, so I'm gonna play Lord Keeper Polk out, and I'm gonna play Ticket Master. And then we're gonna call that a day. Shoot. This has been that was a wild turn. I should have punched the 2-4 before I played the minions. That's okay. It happens. I can play Grand Empress as a 5/7 next turn, which is pretty good, and I can play Kronk's Dragonhoof to get rid of stuff, so that's good. So, okay. So alright, so here what we're gonna do is we're gonna run the 4-3 into this, we're gonna run this into this. Then we're gonna play Kronk's Dragonhoof. And we're gonna be sad because Kronk's is their things are gonna kill Kronk's, but we couldn't have necessarily helped that. Then we're gonna kill Katrina Muerte. And then we're gonna summon a board full of crap and draw. Oh geez, we're drawing 3 cards. If I choose to do the tickets, but I want to do the tickets. Shoot, do I do the tickets? Yeah, I'm gonna do the tickets. Maybe this is dumb. I just have to make sure that I can get rid of cards at the end of the turn. Because we're gonna play a Cloak of Shadows just to dump it from our hand. Oh wait, I could have Shadow Step. Shoot, I should have just Shadow Stepped the 5/7. Oh jeez, yeah, I should not have Cloak of Shadowed. I should have just Shadow Stepped the 5/7 and called it a day. That's okay. The good news is we've cycled through most of our deck, and Cthulhu is coming up. Cthulhu is almost here. I can play a Stowaway and draw 2, but that's probably not going to happen.
Do you really want to draw 2 more?
Do I really want to draw 2 more? I mean, eventually, yes. I have this Tenwu, which is pretty neat. I wonder how do I want to use Tenwu. Return a friendly minion in your hand. It costs 1 this turn. I could do that with Grand Empress to draw just a bunch of cards, but I kind of need to, and I have a draw, so I don't know what I'm going to use Tenwu for. Alright, so they're summon a 10/10 from their deck, and that'll summon another 10/10, which is really freaking annoying. But Grand Empress should be, so we're going to use Grand Empress here to, yeah, that's great. Okay, so we're going to use Grand Empress to find a Malevolent Strike, ideally. No, none of these are Malevolent Strike, dude. We grab the last piece of Cthulhu here. And then what can I do? Good, I'll bounce. Oh no, if I bounce her, Malevolent Strike doesn't do jack. Uh-oh. What am I gonna do here? Oh, I did not include a card I should have included, now that I'm thinking. Like, sometimes you don't realize this until you're like knee deep in the deck. Let's see. Do this. Oh god.
Darkness reigns. I will break your body.
I think I just lost. I think I'm gonna lose this turn. Shoot. Right before I got the Cthulhu online. Alright, how do I kill all these minions? I don't think I can.
God, it's just so frustrating that they just get like such good summon draws.
Well, they only have those in their deck. Well, I can at least play Heart of Cthulhu. And then Cthulhu gets put into my deck. Unfortunately, while he's one of only a few cards left, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm not gonna die. I can play Cloak of Shadows and gain stealth. So the question becomes, what's the best thing to do? Alright, so I only have 2 other mana. So I could draw a Cthulhu next turn. I guess that's my best out. So I guess I'm gonna do that. So we can get a lackey with that. So we'll get the lackey first. Well, at least get to, we have a 1 in 3 chance of being able to play Cthulhu this game. If I hadn't played that other Cloak of Shadows, maybe we could have
Had one more turn.
had one more turn. My friend wants to play. Are you okay with that, Kelly? I know we were gonna play a game after this.
No, that's fine. I could just play another game.
Alright. They have probably too much health for Cthulhu to even kill all of it. But come on, game. Just give me Cthulhu so I can... Damn. Alright, so we can't really do anything here. Let's draw Cthulhu and then we're gonna concede. There he is. Alright, bye. Annoying. I don't like playing against priests. It's such a boring game plan. I do nothing until I win.
Aren't you a priest main?
No. I used to play priest when priest was a cool class. They redid the class and now it sucks. Oh. One sec. I have to tell my friend something. I only have 1 deck. Give me just a second. Alright, so let's go ahead and we're gonna make a mage, a secret mage. I'm gonna make this super... Well, we'll use their thing, their sage's secrets. So golden, epic, and we're gonna go ahead and go to all cards. I said we'll do golden rare. Because we have a lot of those. So let's find some golden rares from previous sets that are no longer valid. Clockwork Goblin is still in the game. Spirit of the Rhino is not. Bye-bye. You were never good. Mortal Strike is still in the game. Echelbot. Oh, this from Rise of Shadows. Toss, Magic Trick, Bone Weaver. Revenge of the Wild. That card sucked. Firework Tech sucked. Scrap Shot is from Ashes of Outland. That'll be in the game for a long time. Tree Enforcement. Garden Gnome is still Savior's All Doom. Tree Enforcement is from Descent of Dragons. Ooh, looks like we're kind of out of golden rares from past sets. One last. Oh, Mass Hysteria. I think I might not have that in regular, so maybe I should keep that. Alright, so Nether Buster. Oh, that's from the Boomsday Project. Alright, there we go. We got just enough to do everything else for the secret deck. So then we'll go ahead and we'll craft this to this girl. Alright, we got that, and then we'll look at this. I'm pretty happy with this deck. Let me just look. Hey, good to see that you're back. It's okay if you have to step away.
Hello. I see this deck. It looks very good.
Yeah, this is Secret Mage. I'm just trying to look at it and say, okay, I don't think I need Evocation. I'm revising Blizzard's this is the secret deck. Let's make sure we got all the secret synergy cards. I want 2 Apexis Smugglers. After you play a secret, discover a secret. Let's see. And I want fireballs and things. What the heck is up with this? This deck is kind of weird. I don't want Magic Trick. And I'll take Ray of Frost. I'll take Ancients. Then we got 2 of those. I want... You always build this deck with 2 fireballs. So I need to figure out where's the room. I don't think I need a Flame Ward. Well, maybe I do, but I'm for the aggro matchups. And what about Frostbolt? Alright, Frostbolt. I want 2 Frostbolts. Do I really want the Arcane Flak Mage? I mean, it is good against aggro decks. Ancient Secrets is fine. Ray of Frost is pretty good, but Maybe that's like mana I don't want to be spending. 2 Curator Mages. That's fine. Another one Portal's fine. Rigged Fair Game seems pretty good. Cult Conjurer seems good. Cloud Prince seems fine. Jandis seems okay. Let me just double check the Dark Moon cards. Is there anyone? Oh, there's the Ring Toss, but the Ring Toss isn't that good in this deck. All right, what am I missing? A deck of Lunacy. Are there any of the epics? Oh, I got all the epics now. Okay, great. So that's good. So we got the Secret Mage, and then was there another deck I really wanted to build? Probably. Is there like a rogue deck I could build? These rogue cards are kind of weird. They're kind of hard to put into a deck. All right, let's do one more. I'm gonna message my friend to let him know one more deck. All right, one more deck and then we're gonna go. So, we'll make that deck a Lunacy deck quick, or the deck of chaos. We'll try it out. I don't know. I don't. That's too much work. I need a deck that's easy to make. Well, let's see. Maybe they gave it the custom treatment.
Oh, I just opened up a Cthulhu.
Awesome! Congrats. That's a card that fits the way you like to play, I think.
So too.
No, this isn't for me. Let's try it. Oh, we wanted to build a Yogg deck. That's what we wanted to build. Let's build. Let's build
That
a.
sounds awesome.
Okay, let's build a quick Yogg Mage, and then we'll be done. All right, Mage, custom. All right, so what do we want? We want Yogg, and then we're going to. We want to put in probably like. I don't think elementals. Maybe not a secret package. What we want is more of a tempo thing. Let's just look. Not really a lot of cards from this expansion. Perfect, like match this kind of deck the way that you'd like. Actually, it's like only Yogg. It's like you play Yogg and then you like Yogg is the defining factor of a deck that has no other cards in the new expansion. We'll try out this Ring Toss card. All right, and then ooh, what if we made this? We'll make this a Highlander deck. Okay, now that we know what we're building, we don't want like a duplicate. I think is the word we're looking for. Reno, Zeph, Dragon Queen, Alexstrasza. Then we want the other Reno card, Amazing Reno. And then we want Rolling Fireball. We want Ras Stormwister. We want Jandis Barav. We want probably not a Pexus Blast. We'll put in a dragon package because dragons are cool. Discover Dragon. We'll probably put in a bunch of corrupt cards because yeah, let's see. This is good. This is good. We're always gonna have a lot of cards in our hand probably. No Alexstrasza. Yeah, okay, so that looks good. Probably want we want Cobalt Spellkin. And we want Ray of Frost for sure. Probably a Magic Trick. We want a Wand Thief. We want Astromancer Solarian. Frostbolt's fine. Probably not a Mana Cyclone. That's a little too. Arcane Intellect is good. Let's see. No Fireball, no Conjurer's Calling, no Polymorph. You need what's the AoEs? What AoEs do they have? Do we already put in a Rolling Fireball? Blizzard is good. Frost Nova is good. Oh, put in the Golden Frost Nova that we have. Do we put in a Frost Bolt? Yeah, we did. All right. Well, since we're doing that, we can look at maybe Rigged Fair Game would be good. Drawing cards in the Highlander deck. It's good. We'll put in Cthulhu. We'll put in Cthulhu. It's a Highlander deck. I mean, sure, why not? All right. So we're getting there. We're getting there. So I'm going to go back to standard cards. We'll put in Evocation, I guess. Ooh, whoa. Don't want 2 of a card in this. It's like, well, we have 3 slots left. Let's just look at legendary cards that we have. And any of these fit into the deck. This is how I often do. It's like, okay, we're at the top. We're nearing the edge. Okay, Tiamat's good. Tiamat's a really good card. Okay, so the thing is just it's a little low, the curve. So let's go ahead and let's look at dragons, and let's go ahead. We'll add a fairy dragon. We got one card left. We already have a Twilight Drake. We have a lot of these things. We need more spells maybe. Arcane Breath is fine. We'll do an Arcane Breath. All right. Oh wait. All right. So then we're gonna say Yogg, Cthulhu, Highlander. What a deck. All right. Now let's go ahead and challenge our friend.
Okay.
I don't think. There we go. Now. Well. All right. I'm gonna move it 1 second. It might cut out again. All right. Can you hear me? Can you guys talk for a sec? Oh, geez. Come on. The desktop audio isn't registering you guys on the stream. Well, yeah. Yeah. So right now the chat can't hear you. It appears they can hear me. If one of you wants to check if you guys can be heard, but yours aren't pinging on the audio mixer right now. Seal Fate. I might have to restart OBS. We'll keep Seal Fate. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that you guys are excited. Okay, I'm gonna restart the stream, I guess.